What does a pro cyclist train on? Well, if you're Richard Carapaz, then this very special, custom painted Cannondale Supersix. It is an extremely nice paint job. If you look at the detail, there is some serious work gone into this. Of course, as reigning Olympic champion, he's got a few benefits. One being that he can ride a gold bike, which is pretty cool. He's also got these custom name tags, which also have his name in gold, which are very nice.
This 4th generation Cannondale Supersix Evo was released at the start of March, so this year is its first Tour de France. The EF riders have had plenty of opportunity to get used to the bike though, as most of them have been riding it for the majority of the 2023 season. The Supersix has typically been an out-and-out climbing bike and has been a staple of the pro peloton since 2011 when it was launched. Who remembers Sagans in those famous liquid-ass colours? Now, I seriously wanted that bike.
Other parts of the bike are less expensive than you might think. For example, this wheel set that he's training on is a Vision TLR 30 wheel set. They're aluminium. They'll set you back about 220 quid, so not bad at all. Even though they are suitable for tubeless, he's actually running them with inner tubes in them, with Vittoria Corsa Next tyres, whereas he'll be racing on Corsa Pro tyres. They're 28mm deep and they appear to just have butyl inner tubes in. Other changes from his race bike, still 160, 140mm discs, but these are Ultegra discs instead of Dura-Race. Obviously, he's not that concerned about weight when he's out training. There's also a few mounts. He's got this R-Saver style mudguard to keep his bum dry. And then this course turn mount on the rear of his seat post for a light or maybe a camera or something like that. Up front, he's got a full carbon integrated Vision Metron 5D cockpit. So that means that the bar and stem is in one piece. It's supposedly stiffer and more aero and lighter, but if you're doing your own maintenance on them, then it's a bit of a pain to route the cables through. I know from experience. On them is Pro Logo bar tape, and the saddle also comes from Pro Logo. That's got carbon saddle rails, and like we've seen on lots of the pro bikes, Elite Leggera carbon bottle cages.
It is intriguing that Carapaz and co have gone for the Elite cages when Cannondale clearly went to quite some effort to create their gripper aero bottles and regrip aero cages, which perfectly align with the down tube and seat tube to help smooth the airflow and, well, claim to reduce the drag. This isn't the first time we've seen bike brands looking to bottle cages to save a few watts. The BMC Time Machine Road, for example, or the latest Giant Propel. They both have cages which also pair seamlessly with the down tube and seat tube. Carapaz's bike, despite being, well, very, very nice and probably very expensive as well, proves that even if you're one of the best in the world, you don't need to train on the latest and greatest equipment. It's fair to say that those aluminium wheels and butyl inner tubes are giving away a fair few watts compared to Carapaz's race setup. But hey, why does it matter when the only competition is yourself? He's still getting the same gains and maybe even making himself work that little bit harder when out training with the team.
Despite just being his training bike, he still trains on Dura-Race. So this is Dura-Race R9200, the latest 12-speed generation. Let's have a look at his chainring sizes, shall we? What are they? And once again, it's 54-40 tooth. They seem to be by far the most popular choice in the peloton. Unlike all the other teams using Dura-Race, EF don't use Dura-Race cranks. Instead, these actually come from FSA. They're the K-Force carbon crank arms, and it's got a power to max power meter. Despite being his training bike, Carapaz clearly still worries about the aero gains as he's using the single-sided Wahoo Speedplay pedals. You can only clip into one side of these because the other side has a dimpled surface that is said to be more aero. So prior to this, we actually thought that that riders would have their pro bike, and then when that got a bit tired and they got a new one, that one would get demoted to their training bike. But this Supersix hasn't been out for very long at all. So clearly, Carapaz has got his hands on a few of them, a few to race on, and then an extra one to train on. Now, whether the whole team gets that, not too sure.
This latest generation claims to not just be a climbing bike though, and according to Cannondale, saves 11 watts at 45 kph when compared to the Supersix Evo 3. This top tier Lab 71 version also uses a special fibre and nano resin composite, which is 40 grams lighter than the high mod version. This means that a painted 56cm frame set weighs in at just 770 grams. Now that's 30 grams lighter than the S-Works Tarmac SL7 or the Colnago V4RS, so seriously light. You can see our full comparison between the SL7, the V4RS, the Cervelo S5 and the Pinarello Dogma F using the card above or using the link in the description. If it's more Cannondale content you're after, then you can check out our first ride review using the link in the description, and rumour has it we'll be featuring our very own Lab 71 Supersix staff bike very soon on this channel. So make sure you're subscribed so you're the first to watch it.
What does a pro's training bike weigh, I hear you ask? Well, luckily we've got the scales of truth, if I can fit them somewhere. It's hard to weigh bikes with an arse saver on them. It feels pretty light. 7.62 kilos. Not bad.
Unfortunately, you won't be seeing either this or Carapaz's actual race bike featuring this year's tour, as he had a nasty crash on stage 1 and was unable to start stage 2. Fair play to him though for finishing the stage despite having a fractured kneecap and requiring stitches. It's not all doom and gloom though. EF have had a solid race so far, with Nilsson Powerless gunning for the polka dot jersey and James Shaw and Esteban Chavez providing plenty of entertainment.
Anyway, what do you think of this training bike? Would you train on it? Would you race on it? Let us know down in the comment section below. If you like this content, then please give us a like and subscribe to the channel for more pro level bikes. We'll see you next time.